winning football is what the Brisbane Bears did last night at the Gabba against the Crows. It was a tough, hard-hitting affair. At half-time, the Crows were trailing by 18 points. They got back in within 1 point, but couldn't go on with it.
That's right. The Brisbane Bears then knuckled down. They seemed to have lapsed a little bit in concentration at that stage when the Crows did hit back, but they were superior side all night, outscored them on every quarter.
Mark, it's always going to be difficult, isn't it? 6-day break for the Crows, a long trip to Brisbane, and they travelled up 24 hours before. They had a long time to sit around.
Yeah, definitely, Dave. You just see there on screen. I mean, it is a long way to go. I mean, to set around there most of Friday. It really does. I reckon it does take its toll. But we saw one player on the screen there. Tony Modra, 6 goals again last night. He is having a sensational season.
Rob, you saw a bit of the Crows last night. Did you see Malcolm Blight suggested he's going to make a few changes? Any changes that you think are imminent?
Well, look, none really stood out. Look, I just think on the night they were beaten by a far better side in front of a strong home crowd. And really, that was at the end of the day, I think that was the story. I don't think there was any real poor performers. But at the end of the day, I suppose it's pretty hard to stick with the losing side, isn't it?
It is, Ken. 5 out of the next 6 at home at Footy Park for the Crows. They travel pretty well there. And there's the, we'll just cover the scoreboard first. 17-16, 118. Brisbane, 13-9, 87. And it's still a worry that the Crows are only able to kick that 13-14 goals. They're not kicking off and over 100.
That's right, but it certainly is a big advantage to have those number of games at home in the closing of the season. Can they, however, address the problem of winning away from home?
What about next week? Adelaide Richmond at Football Park, an interesting contest there.
The Tigers are tenacious, but gee, if the Crows have got anything at all, you'd have to see them get up.
Well, what about Port Adelaide West Coast last week in Perth? Port Adelaide again in contention to win, but couldn't go on with it.
Yes, and I don't think they'll be able to win